What it do, family? It's your girl Tamika, and I am back with another video. I am back. Listen, shout out to my family, S&T. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, but y'all know that. I tell y'all that every video, so you gotta know it. Look, if it's your first time ever stumbling across the channel, welcome to Shamika and Tamika TV. My name is Tamika. I am happy to see you here. And now that you're here, hit the subscribe button and turn those post notifications on. You dig me? Look, y'all, I really don't know what type of video this is going to be. I guess a midday rant, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be a little bit more accustomed to vlogging more because I would love for you guys to start taking sneak peeks and snapshots into me and Shamika's life. You know what I mean? I don't want my whole YouTube career just to be based upon reactions, even though I love doing it. But you know what I mean? I want to be successful one day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to incorporate vlogging more, even though y'all don't watch my shit. Drop it down in the comments. Why is it that you guys don't watch my vlogs? I want to have a conversation. It's a midday rant. We might as well just talk about it all. Drop it down in the comments. If you real, we family. You know there ain't gonna be no love lost. I want to know what makes it to where you watch my reaction videos more than my vlogs. I would really like to know. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, we about to slide into this midday rant. You dig me? Let's get it. I just wanted to turn the camera on because, you know, like, throughout your work day, the only thing we do is peruse through our social media accounts, and there's certain things that stick out, and I just really want to talk about women. You know what I mean? And I know y'all gonna be like, here she go. No, I'm not gonna be Martin Luther, Malcolm X, Gandhi. I'm not. But I do want to talk about this, and I would like to really have this conversation in the comments with you guys, because it's snowing in Boston, and I don't got nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? But I just always seem to find myself in women comments. I'm going to give you some examples. Kennedy Cymone, Queen Naija, Cardi B, April Jones. The list can probably go on and on and on. And the thing that I don't understand sometimes is when I look at some of the most horrendous things that women say, it always seems to come from other women. And I'm bothered by that. Do it bother you? It's like, listen, I understand the world that we live in, okay? It's not a perfect place. I get that. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to have crash courses with people, and I understand that too. I haven't reached that level of maturity yet to where I could just turn the other cheek all the time, but for the most part, I try to emit or put out what I want to get back. You know what I'm saying? So I try to be very careful on how I treat people, because I really feel like karma is no hoe. You know what I'm saying? And I've had karma before, and it messed me up so bad to where I don't ever want to see the bitch again. And that's just being real. But I really want to understand, why is it that women feel as if that we have to tear each other down just to get a point across? That was like the biggest thing that I was really skeptical about when it came down to start my own YouTube. I know people gonna talk shit. That's why my first YouTube video, I put everything out there that you can imagine. Everything about my family, everything about me, my mother's drug addiction, because I didn't want to get confronted later on like, you, and think somebody's gonna get over on me. Hell nah. You know what I'm saying? I Eminem everybody. I made it a point just to talk about my own ass first, so nobody else can do it better than me. You know what I mean? But I just really want to have this conversation on why is it that we have to be so damn derogatory to each other. You know what I mean? I've been looking at the comments of Kennedy Cymone and Queen Naija lately, and ever since the breakup with Kennedy and DDG, and just Queen being Queen, I look at some of the things that women say to other women, and the narrative that they just start, and just the rumors that they start, and just how people really feel as if they can just really determine a person's whole life by a 10-minute snippet when it's 24 hours in a day. I just don't understand how people can feel so comfortable in dogging another person, another human being. And when I think about how far we've come as women, it makes me sick to my stomach that we still haven't got it yet. We still haven't got it. You know what I mean? Listen, everybody is not going to feel the same way. I get that. Everybody's going to have different opinions. I experienced that on my own channel. You know what I'm saying? That's not the narrative that I'm just trying to get across here. But when you have people like Queen Naija, and you have people like Kennedy Cymone that's always in the limelight and things like that, it's like you almost be expecting that these young women are going to be perfect, which I don't understand. some of us, you know what I'm saying, have lived life some. And I'm speaking mostly to the grown-ups, because there are going to be a lot of kids who really can't contest or really can't attest to anything because they haven't even been through anything worthy of it yet. If you never had your heart broke, you ain't never been in a relationship, you ain't never paid a bill, then it's just certain shit that you're going to probably have to sit out from. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to be able to understand it, no matter how wise you think you are. You know what I'm saying? Because experiences give us the best life lessons, mistakes, L's we take. You know what I'm saying? Situations where we might be dumb, or people might think that we are dumb. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we have to go through to be able to get to that true version of ourselves that we're all trying to get to be anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't understand why there's so many women out here that want to stop or stunt other women's growth. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Things that I learned this year, another woman might have learned last year. And another woman might not learn to next year. It doesn't make her, the lady who's going to learn it next year, any dumber than me. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all going to go on different paces. God doesn't move us all simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? We all have our own pace and things that we got to go through before we can really understand certain shit. And as being a woman, and you knowing these things, I do not understand how people can just be so derogatory to people who haven't experienced it yet. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first came on this platform, and I used to be so mad at Tina, because it was just certain things that I just really didn't feel like a sister should do to her sister. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and let's take the celebrity out of the equation. When I think about me and my sisters, it's just certain things that I would never do, especially on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And I really used to get so mad. But then, as you can see, I kind of strayed away from that narrative, because I had to constantly keep reminding myself, no matter how Debo Tina is, that she's still only young. And it was just certain things that she ain't never going to be able to understand until she goes through, you know, being able to walk in those shoes and things. So I had to kind of lay off for a little bit, because I'm just like, you know what? I can't really get mad at her for not really understanding life yet. You know what I mean? Even though I feel like the structure of having loyalty to your family to a certain extent should trump anything. That's just my personal opinion. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? There's some family that is not worthy of that, and those people you got to handle accordingly. But I really want to talk about it in the comments. What is it that make us so inferior of one another? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. A prime example, it doesn't matter how butch you come across, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a woman at the end of the day, no matter how much I act like a little boy, you know what I'm saying? So I take this very serious. But I can remember the first encounter where I ever met Queen Lee, Mama Sandra, and I'm just pointing out women, because every woman is going to be different. And I can always just think about, you know, the warm embrace that I got from all three. You know what I mean? And it's just like, here I am, a person who, they don't know me from a can of paint. Excuse me. And they're very well off, and you know, they don't really have to be around certain people. But the way that they embraced me, it just really let me be able to see the true nature of their character. You know what I'm saying? And I just really felt so welcome. You know what I mean? And I just really wish that we could embrace each other like that a lot more. Kennedy Cymone too. Like, I never met Kennedy Cymone, but it's amazing how you can get to know each other through a certain platform. And on Twitter, it seemed like we had a connection, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And, you know, to the point where I can look at her and be like, you know what? That was me 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Or that was me 8 years ago. Or however the case, the number might change or whatever. And even though they're going to make mistakes, you know what I'm saying, all you can really do is encourage the women and try to put out as much information that you can, and it's up to them to absorb it. But we have to be better to the people that's under us. You know what I'm saying? We have a responsibility to each other. If you see somebody just going real ham on somebody in the comments, I DM somebody so they don't feel like I'm putting them on blast. Like, sis, you know what I'm saying? Do you really think that was called for? Like, it was no need for that. You know what I mean? And let's not even get on Queen Naija. For like the last 2.5 years, she's just been getting drugged to the point of no return. And it's amazing because a lot of people feel like that type of behavior is okay. Now, I understand that it's going to be certain people that's doing it for a bag and doing it to, you know, be able to further their careers on YouTube, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, this girl is still a human being. And I spent a little bit of this morning and last night, like, perusing through some of her comments. And some of them are very, very sickening. Now, there's going to be some people that's going to look at this video and they're going to look at a lot of my catalog of videos. And a lot of my videos, I am reacting to the royal family and Clarence and Queen. And a lot of people like to consider me as being a dick rider. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to clarify that, because there is a difference between a dick rider, a supporter, and a fan. Okay? Now, just because I embrace the positivity of the royal family, DDG, and pretty much damn near everybody who I do a video on, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, I try to reach for the positivity in the video, you know what I'm saying? And even though, you know what I'm saying, I might see a narrative on YouTube what everybody else is running from or running with, I try to take the latter and apply it to everyday our lives, you know what I'm saying? People like me and you can understand, you know what I mean? We can't go buy no Gucci. So sometimes I might take a certain thing and I might make it more relatable to the masses than just dropping some bread, you know what I mean? But I was looking through these comments and it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Now, everybody is not going to like a certain song that Queen dropped. I get that. You know what I'm saying? There's certain songs that I've heard on the radio from my favorite entertainers where I'm like, yo, I can bop to this, but then if she might drop another single, I might be like, you know, I don't like that one like I love the other one. But the thing about it is, it's okay to be honest, but sometimes I feel like the way that we be honest to one another be a little bit too over the top. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's damn right insulting, and I think people don't realize that a person is a human with boundaries and limits, and it's like only so much that one can take, or so much alligator skin that someone can grow before they're just completely immune to certain shit. And I just don't understand, why is it like that? When I see another female doing something great in her life, I encourage that. Even if she's making a mistake, you know what I'm saying? I gotta always understand that she gotta make them. I could tell a person 20 times a Sunday, don't cross the street at 5 o'clock. Don't cross the street at 5 o'clock. Tell them why they shouldn't cross the street at 5 o'clock. But they're never really going to understand what I mean by not crossing that street until 5 o'clock, until where they try to cross the street and get their ass hit. Then they'll understand where I'm coming from. It's like sometimes you got to let people be human and let people make their own mistakes sometimes. It's starting to become very, very exhausting. And I just wish that we could do better. Like, I feel like we could do a lot better amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be certain things that I'm not going to do correctly. You know what I mean? And that's why I give you guys my handles like Twitter and Instagram. DM me. Help me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things that I haven't learned all the way yet. You know what I mean? And the best learning guides sometimes are people that's older or people that has been through those situations. You know what I'm saying? They help you be able to navigate a little bit better. You know what I mean? Not saying that you won't still make the mistakes, but at least you'll be able to recognize, like, okay, I see what that person is saying. I just want us to be the better going into 2020. I will honestly say I'm very, very thankful for all of my supporters, because even though I do have some dickheads that come in my comments, for the most part, you guys respect the level that I want to have in my comments. Excuse me. I try to make it a point to where everybody can share their opinion, but to share your opinion, you don't have to disrespect the next person to get it across. I just don't feel like it's that serious. And when you become grown, you got to be able to find reason with each other without having to go all rat. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that serious. You know what I'm saying? So my overall hope in 2020 is that you guys would take pieces of what I'm saying in this video and just really try to apply it. We got to do much better. When I look at situations that men go through, like I look at the baby and I look at Drake when he first went to Toronto, the way that Drake welcomed him and embraced him, this is what we got to do for each other a lot more, especially for women. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better. We got to do better to each other. You know what I'm saying? It really bothers me. My father used to always tell me that my heart was going to be my gift and my curse. And I will be completely honest with you. You know what I'm saying? It is. My heart is huge. And even when I want to be a complete dickhead to people sometimes I just don't have the energy to do so. You know what I'm saying? I really don't, because I can see the good in the biggest asshole on the planet. I really, really can. And I'm not ashamed of that. I think Queen have that trait as well. And I think that's why people feel so engaged to be able to just tell her anything. But this girl is a marshmallow like any other woman. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to be so much that person can take. Kennedy Cymone too as well. It's like some of the things that y'all say to these women be disgusting. It be disgusting. You know what I mean? And sometimes I really feel like we really got to start mirroring, you know what I'm saying, the people who we pretend to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just talk about it. Like, be that person. Do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to do it. But let's talk about it. I want to know, am I reaching? Do you think that people are just really going over the top when it comes down to them two women, Cardi B, other women? Oh, and I just want to, before we hang it up, I do want to bring up April Jones. I was going to actually do a story on that because it's a lot of people that's giving her flack about her dating Little Fizz. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the story. It's been everywhere. You should. But anyway, Omarion and Fizz had a business relationship where they were in the same group. April had 2 children with Omarion. They broke up. Well, actually, he left her. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And years later, she ended up in a relationship with Lil Fizz, who so happens to be one of the members who he was in a group B2K with. Now, a lot of people are mad at her. And I can understand where people can get a little bit bothered by it. But then at the same time, we really don't know the nature of Omarion and Lil Fizz relationship. Like, sometimes we look at this social media shit and we be completely bamboozled. And it's not what it appeared to be. So the way that I look at it is I agree with Omarion. You know, if they happy, let them be happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like people got to drag her as a mother and all these type of things just because of a particular choice that she made. Maybe I'm naive. Drop it down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Look, you guys, I love y'all. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I usually be in the car and we had these car chronicles, but being that my wife drove today, I'm like, shit, I do it right from the office. Why not? While I work. You understand? So I'm finna get back to it. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And until the next video, I'm gonna catch y'all. You dig me?